Currently looking at the Q1 Hummer by Qiewa. I having issues with the thumb throttle. Power display is dead. I also had mentioned that there was a pretty old date on the battery. I had to open it to tighten up the charge port, so you have to add silicone to reseal it, keep it watertight. Right now I'm removing the glue so I can open up the cover. Don't go crazy tapping away. There are wires under there. You don't want to sever anything, let alone shock yourself. A few light taps just to break the seal between the board and the base. If you're wondering why my rear tire has this kind of threading, it's because I live in the East Coast and it snows. Not that I'm driving through snow, but if there's light snow, I'll take the venture. I use this every day to go to work. I do enjoy it. It's just quite a few issues. To deal with those issues, you have to have parts and you have to have patience and tools. If you're driving in light snow and you know that they salt, be sure to wipe down your scooter, any scooter, with soapy water to deactivate the effects of salt on metal. It's supposed to be aluminum, but I do see a few rust spots. The reason I'm recording this today, this is my second scooter, and I'm going to say in 3 months, because there was a time where I had to return my first scooter and wait for it to arrive, and that took about 3 weeks or so. So I've only had about 3 months with this. I don't travel far. I travel to my commuter train, which is about 2.5 miles in one direction, and then from there take a subway train, I exit, and that's only an additional mile, if that, 1.5 miles. Round trip, let's just say 8 miles. And you know, if I ever go outside for fun. Actually, I use this to pick up my daughter from her school on time still. It supports and meet my weight. I'm just under 200, about 185, 189, something like that. Fluctuates. My daughter's 5, so she doesn't weigh that much. Scooter's rated for 500. I don't believe those ratings are at all accurate. Also rated for 37 miles an hour. I average 25. Range, they say 60, depending on the site. Some of the ranges are ridiculous, 65, whatever. If I can get an easy 25 miles an hour, which I've done for a test, and I still had half a battery left. So I'm thinking easily this could do with my weight 50 miles. Here's the battery. Now on here, I saw a date somewhere. 48 volt, 26 amp hour. 2008. I believe I said 2016. I'm not even sure if that's a date. If it is, this battery is very old, meaning that it's 2019 going into 2020. It's quite a mess. They don't have a very clean way of laying wires. I'd shorten them and just make everything, the essentials lay. This is your alarm and your power. Here's the antenna, this green wire. Down there is your controller. Pretty big battery. You can see I put a lot of sealant. I noticed the first scooter I had, there wasn't much sealing where these wires are coming in. which if you're going forward, any water would go in here. I made sure we're sealed on this one. I did it on the second one, but after the fact. I added sealant here. This is my charge port. Oh no, here's my charge port. I'm sorry, but I did add sealant there. I used the clear, they used the white. These are the lights. Ground lights are pretty efficient. It does have a rear light for braking too. It's a pretty solid scooter. I mean, if you maintain it, it should work fine. Let me take this off this little